Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, who is most merciful and the most beneficent. Myself, Aqib Zia, I am a student of physiotherapy from UMT, Lahore. The topic which I am going to discuss today is future challenges in physical therapy. Being a physical therapist, we as a community facing a lot of challenges, especially in Pakistan. Although it has strong roots throughout the world, but in Pakistan it is not very much developed and not very much recognized in Pakistan due to several reasons. We physical therapist faces a lot of challenges in our clinicals, in our academic, in our any organization where we are doing our clinical practice. I will discuss one by one the future challenges or present challenges in Pakistan which we are now facing. The very first challenge we have is the public awareness. We physical therapists, it is our duty to guide people to make people aware of the physical therapy. The second challenge we are now facing is the limited training opportunities. We physical therapists found very limited number of training opportunities in our cities in our country. Although government hospital is offering jobs, but these jobs are very limited in number as compared to the huge number of physical therapy students. For example, THQ or DHQ is offering just one or two seats per year for a physical therapist, and it is difficult for our physical therapists to accommodate in such limited number of jobs. Even in private sector, the same thing happens in private sector. Private sector also have a very limited number of seats for physical therapists. Although each hospital should have at least 2 to 3 physical therapists, they should have separate wards for physical therapists. But sadly, in our country, Pakistan, we are very lack of for these wards and very lack for the jobs for physical therapists. The third issue which we physical therapists are facing is lack of any board or council. In Pakistan, still we don't have any separate council for physical therapists in which we must be recognized under the Ministry of Health that these workers, paramedical workers or any medical workers are recognized under this field, this council, and these are the rights of physical therapists which must be given to them. Rights of jobs, rights of salaries, rights of allowances, in which we physical therapists are very much backward in these issues. Number fourth issue we have is the limited number of scholarships offered by our Education Commission, that is HEC. Although it is not very much still emerging field in Pakistan, but there should be a number of scholarships offered by government. There should be increase in numbers because they are very limited in numbers. So that is the main reason of lack of backward of this field. Another interesting issue which we physical therapists are facing is professional dominance by other physicians and any orthopedic surgeon or any surgeon or any consultant surgeon. The main issue we are facing is professional dominance. They do not let their patients refer to physical therapist. They are not letting their patients to go to their physical therapist. Although physical therapist has no side effects, but still they are not letting their patients to go to the physical therapist. Then next we have another challenge is malpractice by some quacks. Before this 5-year undergraduate program, there were some quacks mainly called as physical therapist technicians. Although they have very limited knowledge, and from that limited knowledge they were practicing the physical therapist field. Due to them, some people or our community got dissatisfied from that quacks because they do not have any much knowledge of physical therapies of different muscles in our body, origin, insertion. They do not have knowledge of this anatomy, physiology, or any kinesiology, biomechanics. So they were doing malpractice. Due to them, our community got dissatisfied and got discouraged from this physical therapy. Another important issue which we are nowadays facing is lack of physical therapy ward in every hospitals. In Pakistan, sadly, we do not have physical therapy separate ward in our hospitals. Although some DHQ hospitals have separate physical therapy wards, but in THQ, Tehsil headquarter hospitals, we do not have even physical therapy ward. People are unaware of this professional field, this 5-year degree program field. So mainly in these rural areas, we do not have still physical therapy ward in our hospitals, which is very much notable. After that, we have a major issue is that lack of positive attitudes among fresh graduates. Look, when a student studied his 5 year undergraduate program, then he graduates being called as DPT, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Then after that, 1 year of experience further from any hospital or from any clinic. Even that, then if they are not getting their proper jobs, not getting their proper required jobs, then it is very much disheartened from them that by doing or by studying such a huge time period of 6 to 7 years, but they are still not getting their what their are requirements, what are their rights. So it is very much sad for these fresh graduates, and that's why they got disheartened from this field, that they are not getting their proper right, proper jobs, proper requirements. Another issue which we being physical therapists are facing is referred patient system. We physical therapists do not uh, have any direct access to patients. We basically receive patient from any referred source. Referred source is basically it can be a physician, it can be a surgeon, it can be any consultant. The direct access to physical therapist and patient in Pakistan is still lacking. We need to fix it by making people aware about the physical therapy. So moving toward the next challenge or next issue which we as a physical therapist are facing is lack of communication among the leading physical therapists and the newly graduates. Look, with Pakistan, the old graduates or the leading physical therapists are on their seats and they are doing their well jobs, and they are practicing their field efficiently and very nicely. But issue is mainly about the newly graduate students, because as the old graduates have fixed their seats and they are doing their jobs. Now the newly freshly graduates do not find much opportunities to survive in this field or to get the job in this field. So it is a duty and it is obligatory duty of the leading physical therapist to choose undergraduate, newly graduate students and let them to be practices and practice in their clinics, and offer them jobs. Or if they cannot offer them job, then take their issue to the government level and to try to fix it, because they are the leading physical therapist and they can do by taking our issue to the government. Now moving toward the curriculum academic view of physical therapist. In Pakistan, the 5 year undergraduate program, which is authorized under still HEC Higher Education Commission, so they made a plan or they made a curriculum or they divide the credit hours in different subjects. But sadly, in worldwide, the curriculum of physical therapist is much different from Pakistan. They are even teaching more subjects, or they are delivering, or they required more practical knowledge in physical therapist, which we physical therapists in Pakistan do not have. So we need to change, or we need to match the curriculum from the worldwide in Pakistan, so that we can go anywhere for our master's program. Because when we go master doing when we go for doing master in abroad, then they our requirement is to first fulfill their previous bachelor's credit hours to join their master degree program. It is very difficult for our being a physical therapist to first graduate from here from Pakistan, then doing master. We if we want to go abroad, then first complete their undergraduate bachelor credit hours. Then after then completing their credit hours, then we are allowed. So moving toward the end of this video, so these were the issues and challenges which now physical therapists are now facing and would face in future, if these challenges are still unsolved in this limited time period. So this is for today's presentation. I hope you will understand, and you hope you will try to resolve these issues being as a physical therapist. Before leaving this video, I request you all to be safe in this pandemic as it is affecting all over the worldwide. So stay home and stay safe. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.